What's going on, everyone? I'm making some progress on the Honda CR80. I went ahead and tore the water pump back apart and the whole clutch side because I was going to replace the seal, and it turned out the shaft was grooved for the water pump and that was eat up another seal, so we're going to go ahead and replace that the right way. Took the bars off because I ordered some new bars for it. I have a seat cover coming for the seat, so that should be here not too long. Got a new clutch cable right there we're going to install. And I'm also going to try and weld this exhaust pipe a little better. Had a crack up here that I was trying to weld, so hopefully we can get that done. I'm going to go ahead and start by grinding this perfectly flat because it was leaking a little bit of smoke even though it looks like it's sealed. And then we'll see where the leak is at, and we'll just keep tacking it until we get it done. We have a little Chicago Electric MIG welder, so should get it done. So I actually ended up using the sander instead of the grinder because it was working better for this. I see a small hole right there and right there. So let's like brush this off. I think I can just patch right there, and I'll be able to test it whenever I get the bike back together. Here's what I was able to get so far. I can't see any holes into the expansion chamber. That right there is just pockets on the tacks that's not actually going down into the pipe. So I think that might be as good as I'm gonna get. I'll try it a couple more times, but it's starting to wear thin from a few mistakes right there. Can't press in on it or anything yet, but I feel like too much more of this and we might risk damaging the integrity of the rest of the pipe. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the front fender because I'm gonna buy all new plastics around for this whole bike. This is the last piece of plastic on the bike right now. So it's cracked right there. Pretty useless. Somebody spray painted it, all that. Just gonna get brand new ones. Front fender's off. I'm gonna go ahead and try and figure out how this clutch goes. Here was the old cable that was on it, just really stiff, and I don't think it's the proper one. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this little zip tie right here. I can pull this out, and then I'll figure out how this goes from here. So it appears that I was sent the wrong clutch cable. This goes to some sort of bike with oil injection. It's got a splitter and two different separate ends. So I'm gonna have to message the seller about that and figure out what's going on with that. In the meantime, I did buy a new chain. The old one was kind of worn, so I'm gonna go ahead and install that after I set the adjustment back to where it's supposed to be. First thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is loosen up this axle bolt. sometimes be really stuck. So the axle nut is stuck to the axle bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some PB Blaster on, because you can't really go wrong with this, and currently it's stuck pretty bad. It's out there at the impact for like 10 or 15 seconds. Didn't do anything, and I'm not trying to strip anything out. So we'll just let that sit there, and we'll try it again in maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes. So I just managed to break this free. Didn't damage any threads. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this all down with PB Blaster, just so that doesn't happen again. Let me go ahead and loosen up the adjustment, and then we'll put the chain on. So I was able to get the nut back on after cleaning it up with the rag. It was pretty bad, had a lot of rust on it. Adjustments are set to the lowest possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the chain on, front sprocket and everything, the rear, and see where I need to break it at. So I went ahead and put the chain on, and just held it up to see where I needed to break it, and it looks like I already put Sharpie on it, but it looks like it needs to be broken there. Might have a little bit of slack, but that's why the adjustment's all the way in, so we can adjust it out. Something I always do on the larger 520 size chains is I'll take a grinder and grind the top of that little rivet off right there, and then it's a lot easier to punch out. You're gonna have a much harder time if you don't do that. So the chain's on, the master link's on. The chain is a tad bit loose still. Not horrible, because it's at minimum adjustment. But I did notice that the bottom roller is just down to bearings. So I'm gonna go ahead and order that tonight. And I'll go ahead and tighten up the chain a little bit right now. The chain is adjusted with a much more acceptable amount of play. I might need to readjust once this bike's on the stand right now, so once it's on the ground, could be different, but it seems pretty good, but we'll have to check. So that's pretty much gonna sum it up for this video. I'll be getting the bars soon and the water pump shaft so we can get this engine started again. There's not too much to do once I get the bars, because I still need the correct clutch cable. I did order the correct one, but they sent me the wrong one, so we'll get that taken care of. And then we'll start putting plastics on it, seat cover, and yeah, I'll see what else we need from there. But yeah, that's basically it.